Hello YouTube, it's Keith Kevin Ken. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. It is Wednesday, November 2nd, 2016. Yep, we're doing another pocket dump deconstruction. We do these every single day. That's why I gave you the date. I know a lot of you are just finding us. Welcome. Welcome. This is one of the greatest YouTube groups I know, and I'm part of a lot of them. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. Everyone is really great. The comments really help move the discussion along as well. So happy. If you did just find us, get ready. We're going to do the Spyderco Palooza. I know everyone, Palooza, Spyderco Palooza. I know everyone's sick of me promoting it and saying, get on with it. I'm going to get on with it. I'm in the middle of some meetings here in town, all-day meetings. So we're going to do our pocket dump deconstructions. I'm going to run off to the meeting and then come on back and do all the other stuff I need to get done this week. Again, it's Wednesday. Hope you're doing well. Man, it's beautiful here on the east coast of the United States. It's going to be like 75 degrees and beautiful. I tossed and turned all night. I'm from Youngstown, Ohio. I'm a big Cleveland sports fan. Yeah, it's painful to be a Cleveland Browns fan. Of course, the Indians in the World Series, and I just tossed and turned after that game. Game 7 tonight against the Cubs. Anyway, it's surprising what things keep you up at night, huh? Let's do this pocket dump deconstruction. What you see right there is what I'm going to carry in my pocket. I want a special carry today. I'm going to meet up with a lot of colleagues. I want to show off my knives. And so I really like this carry. The watch today is my Cru-Wear Monaco. I like it. It's a chronograph. As you guys can see, I like chronographs or real thin watches. Real thick chronographs or real thin watches. But I'm just a big fan of the chronograph. And I love Cru-Wear and tags. I call them Cru-Wear. Someone early on told me I'm mispronouncing it, but I've always called them Cru-Wear, so I'm going to continue to mispronounce it. The cigar today, again, I needed a nice length that if we go out drinking or something during the meeting, I don't have a big, 3-hour cigar. This is really nice, though. Ramon Alones. That's what I call it, Alones. Probably mispronouncing that too, but a wonderful Cuban cigar, one of my favorites. Schoen Design pen right here. This is the Schoen Design pen. I always carry a Schoen Design pen these days. I used to just carry my company pen, and then I discovered Schoen Design. Made in the USA in Massachusetts, and I just fell in love with these pens. Just simple. Simple, wonderful pen. One bolt so that you can deal with the filler and everything. Nice heft. This is stainless steel with a DLC coating. You're a knife person. You know what DLC means. It's diamond-like coating. It's just a real nice knife. One of my thin Mont Blanc wallets. The coin today is the first Australian koala coin. It was made in 2007. That's my lucky coin for today. I always carry a lucky coin. I do believe in luck, but also grew up with my grandfather who always had a silver American dollar. We don't have those these days. So I collect a lot of silver world coins, and that's a real nice one, the koala coin. Today I'm taking scotch, blended scotch. Hey, you can't go wrong with blended scotch. Oh, believe me, people don't think I'm a alcoholic when I have a nice flask. They just love the flask and think it's classy. Nowadays, no one has full pockets full of band stuff. I do. Keep my pockets full. I hope you do too. Actually, it makes you feel good. Even if you can't do it when you're going to work, at least do it when you come home or on the weekend. Let's talk about the knives. I told you they're special. This is my man knife. My Manbug. You know, Spyderco had the Ladybug for so many years, really their premium small knife with the lock back. And a lot of men were saying, I feel funny telling people I have a Ladybug knife. You know, it's like a ladybug shaver, right? So they came out with what they call the Manbug. It's a little bit wider than the Ladybug. You can see the wider blade, a little wider body. It's still just as great as the Ladybug. Fits even these big Michelin Man hands, but it's small. It can do a lot. It's perfect for what I use these knives for, and that's for my keychain. Perfect keychain knife. When I say I have a keychain, it doesn't have a lot of things dangling from it. It's a silver loop with 3 keys. I think sometimes when I say I carry a keychain knife, everyone is imagining one of these big Harley. By the way, I like what people put on their keychains. You know, some people don't like that I carry 3 knives. Some people don't like people with a lot on their keychain. I admire it all. You be you, period. But I like a simple keychain, and what makes it different every day is the knife. This is a special Manbug. So the Manbug, 2 inches. It was created for all of us manly people that had issues carrying a Ladybug. I don't have issues carrying a Ladybug. I carry it. I like it as a keychain knife. This is a 2-inch blade, VG10 steel. This is a little special one. You know, it comes lightweight in the fiberglass reinforced nylon, the FRN scales. That's where you will usually see it. But Spyderco also did this one, and I like it. Puts a little bit more heft into it. Probably a half, I don't know, probably a 1/4 ounce or so more, heavier, because it has that stainless steel bolster on top. You see that? I like it. I think it just makes it classier, a little bit more substantial. I mean, the FRN scales are perfect. They're so durable and everything. Comes with a gray G10 scales, stainless steel liners. Just a really nice knife. Of course, that strong back lock. Just a real substantial little knife. It really is for the Manbug. Usually if I showed you something like this, you would think it would be a sprint run, an exclusive, but it's not. It isn't. It's just a real nice knife. Still available. I see them on the secondary market as well as other places. People don't hop to buy these, but I think you should. It's a nice, if you like little knives that you can throw into a pocket, it doesn't have a clip. The Ladybug and Manbug doesn't, or throw into your purse or whatever, or put it on a keychain like I do. It really comes in handy. That is the Spyderco Manbug. That's real special. 2-inch blade, VG10 steel. That's not special. But it has gray G10 scales with that stainless steel bolster. That's special. Talk about special. Yesterday, I carried, because someone mentioned the Sage 2. I carried the Sage 2 and said, man, it is by far everyone's favorite Sage until this one just came out this year. You know, Spyderco is celebrating its 40th anniversary. And I told you guys at the beginning of the year when we started doing these pocket dump deconstructions that it was going to be an epic knife year for Spyderco. And boy, is it an epic knife year. I promised myself that I would buy all the folding knives, and I have so far. Not only do they have the knives in the catalog, in the mid-year catalog, but they've been throwing out a whole bunch of exclusives and sprint runs. My Paramilitary 2 collection tripled in size with all the different blades that they released. They have a lot of knives. We will cover those knives, obviously, when we go through my entire collection. But one of the knives that was highly anticipated, especially by me, but I know by a lot of other people, was when Eric Glasser, the son of Sal Glasser, the founder of Spyderco, announced that they would do a Sage 5. And Sage 5, as you guys know, that Sage series, there are 5 types of knives, recognizing 5 knife makers who have developed locks for the folding knife. They are sages, wise, older gentlemen. They don't have to be older, but wise gentlemen and pure professionals. And so, Sage 5, they decided to pat themselves on the back, and they should, and celebrate the Spyderco compression lock. You guys know the compression lock, right? That's from the Paramilitary 2 that everyone goes crazy about. Fact is, Spyderco just this year has released, let me think, offhand, has released three or four knives. I want to say three or four new knives with the compression lock. By far the most knives with a compression lock released by Spyderco in 1 year. So I'm excited about that. But man, this is just perfect. You know, the Sage series is perfect in itself. Some people say number 4 that has the back lock and the wood with the stainless steel bolster. I love that knife, by the way. It's the only Sage that's discontinued because it didn't sell that well. But other than that, everyone loves the Sage. I do too. Remember, the Sage has all the same profile. They all have a 3-inch blade with that Spyderco leaf shape S30V steel. They all fit perfectly. That 50-50 forward choil, which I just love. Doesn't take up a lot of blade space, but gives you that great grip. Just a perfect grip. And then they have the body that looks exactly the same. Different materials. Titanium for 2. 1 and 5 has this carbon fiber on top of G10. Feels good though. It really does. They all have my favorite clip, that deep pocket wire clip. The difference is the lock. And this, of course, has that famous compression lock. Very strong lock that we all have come to see and love with the Paramilitary 2. Nested liners, they go along with this. It's just a great knife. It really is. I'll tell you, number 2 that celebrates Chris Reeve and his integral frame lock. I love that knife. I loved carrying it yesterday. But man, oh man, I don't know. If you had to ask me today, it's a toss-up, but I'm leaning towards this. To me, this is like a mini Paramilitary 2. The great thing about the Sage is, look, price is all relative, folks. Price is all relative, okay? There are some people who wouldn't even look at my entire collection except for the 3 customs that I just bought, okay? Because they only care about custom knives. And I focus mostly on mid-techs and production knives. But all of the Sage series really is relatively affordable. They are. Yes, they're over $100, but man, the knives you get this knife, man, it's just a wonder. I think it's like a mini Paramilitary 2. It met my expectations this year. That is the Spyderco Sage 5. There are 5 Sages, each of them representing the maker of a lock that moved us forward into folding knives. There actually are 6 different knives. There were 2 knives made for Sage 3. And then, look, if I held a knife like this and did this with the compression lock and it felt, this is brand new, folks. This is a brand new Paramilitary 2. You see how it drops? Smooth as silk. This is a sprint run Paramilitary 2. Remember I told you Spyderco released a lot of Paramilitary 2s? Well, a lot of them were distributor exclusives from Blade HQ, Knife Center, etc. But this is a legit sprint run, which means it is a limited edition Paramilitary 2 that was just released a couple of weeks ago. This is the Paramilitary 2 with Cru-Wear steel. I have to wipe this blade off. Sorry. My sweaty hands. Cru-Wear steel, very strong, retains an edge. Just a wonderful tool steel. 3.4-inch blade like all the Paramilitary 2s. Of course, what sets it apart is the Cru-Wear and the fact that it's a sprint run. Usually sprint runs are around 1,000 knives made. Once they're sold, they're discontinued and you can only get them on the secondary market. Yes, sometimes they do a few less, sometimes a few more. But for the most part, it's around 1,000, limited to 1,000. And this is beautiful. It has everything you expect with the clip. It has this large lanyard hole, gray G10. Of course, it has that compression lock. And just like every Paramilitary that I have, it just falls open. But the D10 is wonderful as well. It's just perfect. Just, I'm sorry. I'm drooling over the Paramilitary 2s, and you want to know something? They need to be drooled. I'm taking my limited edition out for a walk. I haven't carried this Cru-Wear, and I'm really loving it. So I'm in meetings all day today. I won't be cutting down trees with it or anything today, but I do want it in my pocket. I want to show it off to people from around the country that are in for this meeting. That's the carry. That's a great carry. I'm excited about it. Thumb it up. Go crazy on the thumb ups. Let's see how many thumbs up we can get. That just keeps me going so that we can continue to do this day to day. Don't forget to like. That's the thumbs up. Share it. Let people know that we're out there. And hit that subscribe button. We made over 100. Trust me, pretty soon we're going to be neck deep in Spyderco blades, hundreds of them in my collection that we'll be going through mini collection by mini collection because we reached that 1,000 goal. So thank you very much for your ongoing support. Still about 60% of you haven't made that decision to hit subscribe. Hit subscribe. Go ahead and do it. Hit the subscribe button. We do this every single day. Our next goal is 2,000. When we hit 2,000, we're going through all the Browse blades, the Hinderer, the Striders, and the custom knives in my Pelican 1550, one of my Pelican 1550 cases. And we're giving away 2 knives. You have to be subscribed. I don't know if we're going to do it here or on my Instagram at Keith Kevin Ken site. We'll decide, but we'll hit 2,000 here on YouTube, and then we'll do that. One of them will be a wonderful sprint run, brand new out the box, because I double up every now and then on knives. Forget that I just ordered one and order another one. Hey. Mistakes can happen. They're costly mistakes. Usually, I don't sell my knives at all or trade them, so I just keep them. But I think it's great for the community if I start, especially Spydercos, if I start some contests. So once we hit 2,000 on this channel, we'll do that. I keep talking about Instagram and all that, but this ain't Instagram. This is the YouTube channel. And this is the knife that got away. You know, at the end of each night, I post on Instagram at Keith Kevin Ken everything that I showed you. It's a still picture of the last shot here. You know, when I'll have this knife down and then I take a shot of it all spread on the desk. Every now and then people will say, you carried all those knives? Even though I say, and the knife that was considered for the EDC or knives. I get it. It's confusing on Instagram. And but no. I'm not carrying this knife, but I thought about it. I wanted to carry this knife. This is another sprint run. You guys familiar with the burnt orange sprint runs with the HAP 40 steel? Well, Spyderco just released all of them this year. I told you. They're going crazy this year. It's HAP 40 steel, strong steel, really retains an edge. It's sandwiched in between SUS 410 steel, which helps it resist rust more, gives it a little bit more strength. You can see that line on the bottom, because that on the bottom, that's that HAP 40, and the rest they show, you know, is sandwiched between the SUS 410. They're called burnt orange, obviously, because of the FRN scales. They did it with a number of knives. They did it with the Delica, the Endura, the Stretch, the Dragonfly, the Ladybug, and the Manbug. I have them all. I just love, first I love the selection of knives. I love the knives, but also the burnt orange I love, and then this great steel. Sprint run, like I said, 1,000 or less. When they're gone, and then you'll have to get them on the secondary market. Again, because I committed to everything this year, I got the whole set, and I'm really loving it. I got up, I was thinking about carrying a Stretch. I haven't carried a Stretch in a very long time. I have a wonderful Sprint run with Precision, and I have this one. So I pulled this one out. I was thinking about building my carry around it, and then I just fell in love with my Sage 5. I just did. I pulled it out for maybe the medium carry, and then I went, you know what? Let's go a classier carry. But this is wonderful. Stretch is a knife that people don't talk enough about. You don't see around a lot. It's just a wonderful knife, 3.5 inch. Of course, this has the FRN, fiberglass reinforced nylon scales in burnt orange. And as I told you, HAP 40 sandwiched between SUS 410. If you're looking for a burnt orange knife with the HAP 40, I've been telling a lot of people, you don't see the HAP 40 there. The etching into this knife was light on all of the HAP 40s. Unlike, look, even a long view you can see there. But this is HAP 40 / SUS 410. Spyderco has done some dark orange knives in FRN scales before. The Delica, I think the Endura, and some others. So when you see these online, just double check. Make sure that you see that it says HAP 40 on the blade. Okay, it'll have HAP 40 / SUS 410. But these are great knives, wonderful steel. This is the knife that got away, though. Yeah, I want this at my meetings. That's it, folks. That's the knives. These are the carry. I've taken a lot of pictures already of the pocket dump, and we'll post those on Instagram later on this afternoon. Thank you guys for everything. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And look out for all these Spyderco videos that'll be coming. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I know how much your time is worth. It's worth everything. So I respect that. Believe me, I do. Thank you for spending some of your time with me. You guys have a perfect day. Keep those pockets full.